Hey, we're a little persnickety and we're a little geeky in the clubhouse that is known as the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
So we really do fact check. When we hear or see something, we kind of obsess over the details.
I mean, you've heard it on Wake Up With Al. We've been talking about it. The controversy over weather and football, in this case, the Patriots, and whether or not Deflate-Gate is a thing. We're talking about it. Steph Abrams and Mike Bettis have the latest developments on all
do you know
that
what Mike
controversy.
and I are talking about? We're talking about the word persnickety. What is
Persnickety.
that? Can we talk about that first?
Why not?
No, just get to Deflate-Gate. We'll break down persnickety later.
All right, fine. Well, excuse me, according to the report from ESPN's Chris Mortensen, the NFL has found 11 of the 12 footballs the New England Patriots used in Sunday's win over the Colts in the AFC Championship game were underflated. Now, Mortensen's report says the 11 balls in question were missing 2 pounds of pressure per square inch as required by NFL regulations, which is between 12.5 to 13.5 pounds of pressure. Now, according to Mort, the league is still looking into the matter and the Patriots are cooperating with investigations. So did weather actually cause the deflation? Well, I got to show you this. Mike Bettis went a beautiful mind on us here with all these papers, but forget this. You know what's more fun? To play a little football with Bettis and see if we can figure it out.
Oh
Okay.
no, Abrams.
Ready, Bettis? Ready? I mean, that was perfect.
Wait, all right. This ball actually feels underinflated.
It is
Abrams.
underinflated.
It really does.
That's why
All
my
right.
hike wasn't good.
So the question is, could weather have
Yes.
been a sole contributor in actually making the balls
All right,
deflate
show
enough?
it to
Because
me.
we know the weather was fairly poor for that game. So we've broken down the numbers, okay? We've conferred with our Dr. Forbes, Dr. Postel, Dr. Sikowski, all running equations to figure out the difference here. Here's a look at the conditions, okay? From first quarter all the way through fourth quarter, we had a temperature drop of 3 degrees and we had a pressure drop of 6 millibars. Keep that in mind, okay? So now we have to figure out what happened during the course of the game to potentially cause a deflation. Well, we go to the ideal gas law, okay, which is PV equals nRT, which is pressure, volume, moles, or more or less the mass, the gas constant, and a temperature. We're going to assume for this case that volume, moles, and gas constant do not change, but the variables are pressure and temperature. So how does this all work out to potentially change the pressure inside the ball? Starting temperature at 52 degrees, starting pressure 1,008 millibars if the ball were inflated outdoors. It could matter where the ball was inflated. The ending temperature 49, the ending pressure 1,002 millibars. Ultimately, it leads to, at the end of the game, a deflation of 0.1 PSI, less than 1% of this ball and undetectable to the human touch. Now let's go a different route here because we don't know for sure where the ball was inflated. Let's say the ball was inflated indoors at roughly a temperature of 67 degrees. Starting pressure, 1,008 millibars. Same temperature change during the game outside, so we ended a temperature at 49. We ended a pressure at 1,002 millibars. Bigger difference here, meaning a bigger difference in PSI with a deflation rate by the end of the game of half a PSI. Both of these numbers, by the way, not detectable to human touch. However, they could, Stephanie, conceivably alone take these balls out of regulations by the NFL if they were deflated enough to go past 12.5.
So you don't think that the weather then in the end was the reason?
I would suspect it's highly unlikely that weather is the sole factor for the balls being deflated, considering it was noticed before halftime. This is all the way through the game.
Sam, I don't know about you, but I think that was very persnickety of Mike.
I think it was definitely a little persnickety of Mike and the good doctors here at the Weather Channel. There's a pop quiz following this, so I hope you're ready.
That was awesome.